Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be looking at the Cellfi Go X cell phone signal booster. This is just the base model. I think it was around $1,200. You can see there's the packing list there. It's got the Yagi antenna, the panel for the inside, and it supposedly works really well. So I've already started to go through stuff. There's a bunch of stuff in the box. Came with 60 feet of this really thick cable. And here we have the actual booster thing. We have an extension pole for the roof. The interior antenna and the Yagi for outside. Already started to set it up. There's also just a couple little things around. Little surge protector for like lightning. That would suck, getting lightning striking your roof. But that's what's in it right now, and I'm gonna go about setting it up. It's pretty simple. It's got everything you need to know in the instructions, which is really nice. Yeah, setup is pretty simple. We got the base antenna, everything else is the same, and we have a signal antenna kit, or single antenna kit, and we got the panel. So it shouldn't be too hard to set up, but once I do get it set up, I'll make a video of that, and then we'll test to see how it works. So I'm gonna start putting everything together in here, just so I can get a good idea of what we're looking at. And so I started by just connecting the antenna to this jumper cable right here, which is pretty simple. I've already ran into something that would have hurt along the end of it. The mount is only able to go through this. So if you were to set this all up and not put the mount on, you'd have to unscrew this, which I mean isn't all that bad because there's not too much in there, but you don't really want to take them apart too much and put them back together. Okay, now for the surge protector. It comes in this nice little box. Of course, there's literally no protection in the box. I can hear it just bouncing around in there. So that kind of defeats its purpose. Yeah, it's just bouncing around in here. Why did they give it its own special box? Yeah, there's a big old grounding thing, so we'll have to ground that somewhere. Okay, there's a special way. Well, the instructions have it going like this. You see that pointing off to that side, so for the sake of following, what the heck, no, they have the bolt on this side. I doubt that it really matters, but given the instructions, do put the bolt on this side. I'll follow that. But I doubt it really matters because this is only going to be getting rid of high voltage if it gets struck by lightning, which is worst case scenario. I don't know if it actually happens that often, but I feel like it doesn't. I'm still gonna put it on there. Okay, so now we got the first set of 30 feet cable. And this cable is thick, like thick with 2 C's. So for now, I'm just going to pop it off a little bit, scoot over a little bit more. I don't want to use the razor because I don't want to cut it whatsoever. Oh my gosh, this stuff is hectic. Okay, so let's just attach that first thing here. Alright, so now it says put one of these little guys onto this. So it goes from the really thick cable down to this little tiny stuff. So now we got one of these here. All right, now we'll open this up. Ow. Grab the razor from the wrong side. Let's open this up. There we go. So, quick start guide. Yeesh. Okay, well, we're not gonna look at that for now. We'll get this all set up later because there's some instructions you follow. But for now, I'm just going to be putting it together to show you guys what the whole system will look like together. So let's take this off. And this is this side into that side. Let's see what the instructions on this say. Door antenna. Let's say direction. Oh, never mind. There's our outside antenna signal, and then it'll go to this one. I don't know what this is about. Switchcraft. I don't know what that's all about, but so this will attach here to the outside cable. And these are a lot smaller, so you'll want to be a little bit careful with them. And now it says put this guy on this side. Just screw that. You know what? I'll put this on that first, so I don't have to worry about bumping it around. Ow! Got this stupid thing under my fingernail. Okay. Just get that in there. And nice and gently review over. Stick this on there. Come on. Okay, well, you guys get the idea. That would go into there. This was supposed to screw there because there we go. Now it's going in. I was like, why isn't it going in? Okay, so now then it just goes straight to the antenna. This right here. So let's have a look-see at this. Got a whole bunch of mounting brackets around. So let's just look in here. And this is what will be in the house, actually broadcasting the cell signal to the phones. And it's got a weatherproof. Why didn't they have a weatherproof thing on there, not just like the same cap that everybody else had? That's funny. This is a weatherproof one. This would go on like a thing for outside use, but that just goes right onto here. And now the whole setup is pretty much done. We got our antenna, which goes all the way around to our surge protector, which then comes into the main base, the booster, which then goes through the cord and comes out to our phone antenna. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty easy setup. Now the fun part is going to be putting this outside, and then once it is fully hooked up to the wall and all installed, then you go to the final part, and that's programming it, which it says is pretty simple. So, yep, that shouldn't be too bad. Or actually, you know what? This has instructions. I have a dingus for not reading them. No, I guess they're not too bad. I didn't miss too much. I was using this as a guide for this, so I just followed this to do this. What else do we got on here? Nope. I think, yeah, this will be done once it's fully set up. Then we'll start to look for different things. So for now, I'll call it good, and then we'll start we'll take this apart again and put it outside and then start getting everything hooked up. And I'll show you guys that later. All right, I'm now in our attic and I've got this thing temporarily set up. We can see the booster here. Got it plugged into an extension cord. This is the antenna going onto the roof. And there's a second cord going over our living room that has the actual booster, the in-house booster. So now that we got it here, I'll plug it in and I'll show you the speeds that we get from this. Well, I'll show you the antenna on the roof first, but this is just temporary and just to show you what you can get with very little expertise or installation. But let's show you the antenna on the roof and then I'll show you the actual speeds. So here's the wire coming out of our attic and going to the antenna. Of course, it's windy today, so yeah, and there's a helicopter over there. But the antenna is just on this tripod for now until we actually mount something permanent. But this is just to show you the range on it. So now that we have the antenna up, I'll show you the actual range boost on my phone. All right, we are not connected to the booster yet, but let's just do a speed test without the booster on. And as you can see, I have pretty terrible service. Yeah, not the best. Let's let this finish. All right, so that's what we have without the booster plugged in. Now I'm going to go plug in the booster. Okay, now this is with the booster. And as you can see, we are getting much higher speeds than we were before, like probably about 7 times. Oh, wow. Now that's about 40 times what we were having earlier. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. All right, now I'll show you guys the app. This is what it looks like in the app. We'll just go to advanced, and these are the exact things that were running when the test was going. This is how it looked. This is connected directly to the booster. The booster, this thing will give you a whole bunch of cool things to look at. You can select the operator, the booster, the version, antenna settings, the band settings, and a bunch of different channel settings. Most of this will be set automatically though, and all you really have to do is just log into the app to verify it. All right, that will finish this. Yeah, that'll finish this part. And as you can see from those tests, this thing works great. So if you're in the middle of nowhere and you get very bad signal or little to no signal at all, this thing will certainly help. It boosted my signal tenfold. It was totally worth it, and I would recommend it to anybody looking for a booster. They make better antennas, so that's something to think about also. Just to note, though, that the booster cannot do 5G. It can do only 4G, so just keep that in mind when you're buying it, because they don't have that advanced stuff yet. So just keep that in mind when buying it. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe, and I'll definitely make more like it. I'll leave the link in the description to where you can get this thing. And I'll see you guys all around. Until then, goodbye.